hip-hop culture with DJs in singing, graffiti art are expressed every day within the inner cities of America and the world. You are not doing hip-hop, you are hip-hop.
Oh, man. Okay, so it's Friday. It's the 1st of August. What? Woo, I tell you. I figured if we're going to bring in August, we might as well bring it in on something nice and light. And music hit my heart. Music hit my heart, which I want to say this. We have a poll going on. There is a poll. There's a question. What are some of the songs that would be on your all-time playlist? Like, these are the ones that get you through your hardest times, right? What are those? What are those songs? Now, I want to start with this. I want to get right into it because we're going back down memory lane, people. Back down memory lane. Okay. You guys remember this? Some of you may remember this. Some of you may recall having this cute little boombox cassette player, CD player set that you thought was the coolest thing ever, because not only could you record music from the radio on your cassette, you could now play those fancy CDs that you got, probably from Columbia House or BMG Music for like a penny. I know some of us probably still owe them some money, right? Why am I telling on myself? Let me get back to the story. I know you guys probably had one of these. You probably had one and you were like, this is the best thing ever. I could have sworn we got one for the holidays. Now, it wasn't this fancy. Well, the first one wasn't this fancy. We did get one a little bit later that was this fancy. And I do recall buying one. Was it a Sharp? Was it Sharp? I want to say my sister got one that had like 2 cassette players, but didn't have the CD yet, right? And then I remember having like the sort of burgundy red radio that had a cassette player, right? 2 cassette players. So, times. But we have come a ways with the music. We have come a ways with the music to the point where we're now carrying. Well, we used to carry these digital music players like an iPod or the Nano. I had a Zune. I also remember having the Dell jukebox as well. And I got there specifically because when I bought some music from Apple iTunes and I went to move the music, I couldn't move the music. And then I realized that I was only renting the music from Apple and not owning it. And it really ticks me off. So I moved towards a Zune and just the MP3 format because I was tired of like losing my money. But we went to this, something sweet and petite, but music has always been part, I believe, of a lot of our lives. Now, I will say my husband, when I met him, I was quite surprised. My husband didn't really listen to the radio in his car. Weirdest thing ever. I thought to myself, how are you driving and you don't have the radio on? And then when he did turn on the radio, it was like NPR. So it was like news radio or sports radio. And I'm just accustomed to having a musical playlist when I am driving anywhere. It's just how I was reared. We had music in our house. If we did anything in the Houston home, it was eat, drink, and dance. That was it. And we could do it well. We could do it extremely well. But music has been there for a number of us. And so I started thinking, like, if we were able to create our own soundtrack, what would that soundtrack look like? What would it sound like? What would be on there? So here's some of mine. Here's some of my 70s jams. Now I'm a 70s baby. 1975. We are in the year of Jubilee. If the good Lord allows, we will see 50 next month. Was it like 40 something days, 47, 48? I don't know. I can't count, but it's coming up very soon. So here's some of my 70s jams. Like, I like Le Freak. And believe it or not, Rock With You came out in the 70s. Now, people think, depending on when you're born, you start thinking 80s, probably because they got popular for you in the 80s, but that is a 1970s jam, okay? Rock With You is 1970s. Also on there is Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. I know, what? Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I also enjoyed Rod Stewart. Now, I remember hearing Rod Stewart on the radio all the time, and that song must have played 1,000 times. Do You Think I'm Sexy? I thought it was but it's Do You Think I'm Sexy? And then there was hot stuff from Donna Summer. So, music has always been there for us. It has always been there. If you were to look back at your own life and think about what your soundtrack would look like, what would be on your soundtrack? We want to know what's on your all-time playlist. We want to know, because here is the deal. Your inner child deserves her own playlist. Let's get into it. Good day, everybody. Good day. It is Friday. You are watching a live edition of Girl, Listen, and I am Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack. Woo, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I love it. So it is what it is. So let me get right into some things so I get right back to our conversation. First of all, I do want to talk about that it is TGIFF. That G is Fire Fridays. We are starting here live. We will roll over to Indie Soup Media and catch a replay of Girl Listen and Ladies Listen Up. And if you can't catch us here live, it's fine. You can also get Girl Listen wherever you find your podcasts: Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and yes, Indie Soup Media. That is there too. And I also want to say this. Things are still going down at the Veil Vault. We have new things coming for the fall at the Veil Vault. So check that out. All the descriptions and things are in the link. So look into that. I got a little cocktail here, and I was trying to do something that was pink and orange. You know what I mean? I don't know if I got it. It don't matter. Woo, I do know it's good. My goodness. And let's say some hellos really quick. Shout out to Mother, who is here. She likes to come in early because early is on time. So hello to my mother. We also want to make sure we shout out Black Eighth Element, who is responsible for our theme music. So check him out as well. And please let us know whether you're watching now live or in the replay, where you're watching from, and what are some of the tunes that would be on your ultimate playlist. I'm going to say all-time playlist, because there are some ones that no matter what, they are going to be on there for me. So let me get back to our conversation, because your inner child deserves it right now. Can we talk about the LPs? What is old is new again. Now, I'm going to call on my mom. I'm going to go ahead and call that, because Mother has a table full of LPs and 45s right now. LPs and 45s. She does have a player. She has a player. Her player there's the record player, there's the cassette player, there's a place for a CD, there's a USB port, it plays the radio. I think I got it all. It doesn't do 8-track, but I think I got it. It does everything else. It does everything else. But records. Now, I don't do a lot of crate digging, but I do some. I am actually quite surprised, but inspired how the record brought itself back. I want to say it was like maybe 15 years ago is when I started noticing at Urban Outfitters how they were bringing back these LPs and the kids were buying them. Now, here's the deal though, and I don't know if you have noticed it, but I don't believe these LPs are like the original LPs. I think they're digital, because there's a slight difference in the sound. I mean, it's still, if you get one that was from way back when, there's a little crisp and raspiness in it. If you get some of these new ones, I feel like they've done some digital work to it. So I mean, it's still nice. It's still nice. It's just a little different. It's a little different. So let me talk about some of our 80s jams because we do have them. We got some 80s jams here. Now, these are mine. These are the songs that are in my playlist if I had to do my 80s playlist. And I won't even lie. A good chunk of this is still in my playlist today because that's how Gwendolyn is rolling. Of course, we have Prince, When Doves Cry, like hello. And PYT from Michael Jackson, Pretty Young Thing, Never Too Much. Is that not an anthem? Hold on. Never Too Much. We're talking the 80s. That song still goes hard. I think all of Luther is going hard right now, at least in my house. But Never Too Much is there. I Want to Dance with Somebody from Whitney. And Girls Just Want to Have Fun. If you recall the days of MTV, if you recall those days where we had a lot of crossover music, I don't know if surely we could see the difference in skin tone, but music was just music. And we played everything. We played Cyndi Lauper, we played Wham, Wake Me Up Before You Go, and everything else that they put out that year. We played The Police, Every Breath You Take, which if you ask some of these youngins today, they would probably say that it was somebody else who created it. They don't know their history. It's okay. We can teach the baby. You gotta know your history. You gotta know what the stuff comes from. And then there's I remember that. If you're old enough to remember it, you may or may not. But if you're old enough to remember it, you remember it. We were just doing the thing back in the day. I really believe, and still do, believe that music could bring world peace. It could, because we were just dancing and vibing. So if we talk about the 8-track, can we really quick? Because I know I'm dating myself. So for those of us who remember, there were actually 8-track players in the car. Now my mama said, these some big pieces of music. These are huge pieces of music. These really large things. I would love to find an 8-track just to have it, just because, not because I can actually play it, but just because. But they were huge. And a lot of homes had a console. Okay. I'm really dating myself here. A lot of homes had a console where you had the record player, and then you had the radio, and there was an 8-track player, which is kind of slanted, and you would pop in the 8-track. You'd pop it in, and it do it still, and so it was like a really big cassette player, but it was huge. and I gotta say this: I don't think there was a lot of theft of TV consoles, because them suckers were big. They were huge and heavy, because TVs had junk in the trunk and everything. So you weren't stealing that stuff. You were not doing a shout out to GNC Sports. Yes. Do you really want? Why don't you know? Okay, so we were talking to the baby girl just like 2 weekends ago, and we had mentioned how I had we were talking about computer storage, and I was watching Mission Impossible 2, and they had a compact disc card, like an SD card, if you will, but it was huge, and it only did I think maybe 30 gigabytes. And you look at how things have progressed, and you're like, wait, what? I mean, this is just, things have changed. I had a zip disk when I was in college, because I had a word processor, a Brother word processor, and then I was given a ThinkPad. And so, yes, yes, let me just say that. There is a lot. If you look at technology, there's a lot, but it's a very good chance. Hi, Gary. Your parents, depending on how old you are, had this console that had the record player, it had the radio, and it had an 8-track player. Those were all there. They were all there because we had all the things, right? And some cars had 8-track players in their car. And then we moved over to cassettes. But I want to take a slight pivot here. Now, I want to know how special you are. I'm going to tell you right now, I wasn't that special. Because in all of my years of schooling, not one person made me a mixtape. And my heart's kind of hurting right now. My heart kind of hurts. But you knew you had somebody who loved you if they made you a mixtape. I'm just saying. If they made you a mixtape, you were like, oh my God, never got one. I never got a mixtape. I believe I'm lovable. I believe, I said it was pretty. Yeah, we were kind of awkward in school. Not gonna lie about that. Didn't have all the things in play just yet. You know what I'm saying? But I need a hug. I don't need a hug. I'm not gonna lie to you though. Never got a mixtape. Never got one. Not even on CD. And I know I'm jumping, but not even on CD. I was like, come on, like, what's the deal? So Black Eighth Element says, I wish I could find a mini display. Oh my goodness, bro, I'm going there. Oh, I'm going there. I thought about that the other day. I kid you not. Gary says, now I'm being fun, but my grandpa had an 8-track player. An 8-track player? That man was still playing that. Yeah, hey, here's the deal. These technologies, I don't know. They may still work. I think if you can find it. You were deprived. No one made you a mixtape. I'm so sorry. I only really had like 2 boyfriends in high school. Don't judge me. Okay. So I don't know, but they, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? Shout out to Spencer. He said, you still have your minis player? What? I should have figured. If anybody's going to have some technology, it's going to be Spencer. But everybody, you know what? Okay, you are correct. Our cousin, she sure did. That was like what? The 2010s? The 2010s. Jonathan for calling me out because I was like, don't nobody love me. Don't nobody love Gwendolyn. And his mini displays. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got to talk about that, Spencer. We got to talk about that. Okay. All right. Well, let me get into this. Now, people, I want to talk about this. I love disco. Our cousin recently passed away. My auntie she was going through his possessions, doing some death cleaning. My mother took all of his 45s and LPs. I only took a couple, and I took the ones that had disco. Yes, I still play them, right? Because I have a player. So disco died. Disco died July 12th, 1979. They had some baseball game, and they invited people to bring their disco albums and what have you, and smash them during like some intermission, whatever. And it got out of control. But here's the deal. Disco is still alive. You can see disco in house and electric dance music. You see it in fashion, club culture, the queer liberation movements. You got Madonna, Daft Punk, Beyonce. They all still channel disco aesthetics. Disco is here, okay? It's here. Check your clothing. It's here. When they go back and do some of this stuff, it's like, that's disco, right? Like we did that some time ago, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again. So let me talk about house music real quick. I don't know if any out there are house fans. Gwendolyn is a house fan. If you don't enjoy house, don't ever get in my car. Don't ever do it, because majority of the music is Prince, Rihanna, house, dance hall. That's where I thrive. On my phone, I am walking every morning, not today, to house music. So we got Move Your Body. That is the house music anthem. That's Marshall Jefferson. Finally by CeCe Peniston. Deep Inside by Hard Drive. Music Sounds Better with You by Stardust. Around the World, Daft Punk. Push the Feeling Up. Push the Feeling On. Nightcrawlers. You got Show Me Love by Robin S. My dad liked that song. Grooves in the Heart by D-Light and You Don't Know Me, which I play every morning because people need to know you don't know me. You don't know me, man. That's how you get through a workout, house music. And house music is gospel music, okay? I'm gonna say that right now. It will talk to your soul. You got bad times, put on some house music. I dare you. Now let me go here. I want to know for those of you who understand the assignment. I know y'all had CD players. Okay, most of y'all had CD players. Most of you did. Most of you had a CD player. My sister had that little radio boom box. Like I said, it had the 2 cassette players. She had that. Like I said, I only had one. I remember it was burgundy, and I remember it had the radio and a cassette player. We had cassette players though. And at one point, cassette players became so cheap that you could get them for like a couple of bucks. Like it didn't cost a lot of money to get a cassette player, but it was hard when we started moving and working out to run with some of these items. There were actually clips on our cassette players to clip onto like belts and things. So like as you're walking, you can be, running to the music. And the CDs, for those of us who tried to work out with a CD player, as big as that sucker was. And it was like, but it skips. So what came up? The mini disc player. I had a gold one. I had that particular one right there. That gold Sony mini disc player. Yes. And I made some of the best playlists. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I loved my mini disc. But here's the deal with some of that though. As great as it was, and I would love to know your thoughts, I believe the mini disc didn't take off the way it could because, one, there weren't a lot of albums on the mini disc, right? In the mini disc format. There weren't a lot of albums. Now, I was in New York. Virgin Megastore, Virgin Records Megastore had plenty of mini disc albums. And then they had a lot of blank disc, right? And I had a Sharp stereo system that had an optical outlet where you could transfer music from the mini disc from the stereo to the mini disc. There you go. But they didn't have a lot. And then this thing called the MP3 came on the scene, this digital music thing. What was that? Napster? Oh man. Yes. I believe that took the wind out of the sails for the mini disc player because I loved mine. It was tiny, as petite. I had all kinds of colors, and I could make it held so much music. It was amazing, but it wasn't enough to sustain that musical format. Now I'm gonna take a slight pivot here only because I can't, because I want to go back to CD players really quick. For those of you who know, I've only had 2 vehicles, right? And I didn't get my first car until like 2009, but I understand the process. But remember back in the day when you had the faceplate on your CD player in the car and you would take that faceplate off so people couldn't steal your car system? We were doing some things. We carried our whole life in those CD binders. Forgetting that heat actually ruins your CDs. I still have CDs in my car today. Because sometimes when I feel like I'm going to pop a CD in, okay? I'm going to pop it in, I'm going to ride it out. That's the way it goes. But the mini disc, love it. Now, I don't know what the future holds because right now we're carrying our phone. Or you either stream music, and personally, I'm not streaming music. I'm not. I feel some kind of way about renting music. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got like 8, 9, 10 albums, CD binders right now. I would much rather burn all that music, which I have a good chunk of it already burned, versus streaming. Because you don't get to own it. And when you're in your car, and I have had Sirius XM, but when you're in the car, it's like the radio. It just recycles the same music after like a couple of hours. So I don't know what the future holds or what could be next, but I believe we've gotten there. Now I found this sort of futuristic clear player. I think it's a cool idea. But right now, everything's in your phone. Do we even still carry iPods? My husband still has his original one. Not gonna lie to you, the original. And it plays. He don't play it though. Everything is on his phone. He don't play it. But I'm just curious what the future holds for music. We know that like I said, LPs are back. Do I believe cassettes are coming back? I don't know. I heard a rumor a few years back. I do have a cassette player in this house that has a radio and it's pink. And I played some of my mixtapes that I bought back when I was in high school. Back in the 90s. There was some good, man. There was some good tapes. Man, I tell you, there was some good tapes. And I'm sorry, shout out to Ron Foster for being here. I'm just saying. There were only a few cassette tapes that I kept because there were some really bomb mixtapes. Man, woo! Good times, man. Good times. So let's go there. Let's talk about hip hop because Gwendolyn was stomping with the big dogs in the 90s. Well, okay, so 94 to like 2000 and something, but whatever. It was in the 90s. So here is my list of what I would definitely have on my playlist. Again, let me just be honest. A good chunk of this stuff is still in my car. I'm not gonna lie. I have a USB, and that sucker is chocked full of music. I don't play the radio. I don't. I live in 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the 2000s, 2001, 2002 specifically. And then some of it gets kind of wonky after that. It's not so great. But this, in my opinion, was the golden era of hip hop. I could be wrong. Let me know. But we got They Reminisce Over You, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. We got Cream, because Wu-Tang is for the children. The World Is Yours by Nas, Mine, Playing Tricks on Me, the Ghetto Boys. We have OPP by Naughty by Nature and California Love. That's Tupac. Regulate, Warren G and Nate Dogg. Okay, do y'all remember that intro when the guy was talking about like the regulators? He's like, regulators. Y'all remember that? Okay, was it just me? My bad. Nothing but a G thing. And then Rough Riders anthem, DMX. Man, 90s hip hop was going. It was going. It was, I don't know what it was. It was a different time. Nowadays, yeah, I live in nostalgia. That's where I stay. And when I say that my car has been chocked full with my playlist, which is House, Prince, Rihanna, there's that hip hop because I got to have Wu-Tang, but there's dance hall. As Black Element says, I never listen to the radio, maybe sports talk channels. Oh, okay. It's just, it's different now. It's different. There was a time where the radio was it. And I remember trying to record my songs from the radio, but the talk show host talked all the time. And I would have my fingers ready on the record button, right? Had to get just right to hit it so I didn't get any of the commercial or any of the talk show host or the radio host in the song. And then they would keep talking. I'd be like, you know what? Forget it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't play the radio. So go figure what's going on with radio now. Like I don't. I mean, are they still valid? Not like news, but like music radio. Like, is it still valid? I don't know. Because Gwendolyn lives in her USB. That's where I go. That's where I am. I don't know why all the technology wants to get funny today. Don't do it. Hey, shout out to Lisa. Hello, Ellen. Thank you. I'm trying something new. I tried a little something new today. I'll be talking more about it. Can we get into dance hall? Dance hall. For those of you who like to do a little dirty wine. We got Sean Paul. Give Me the Light. Oh my goodness. No Letting Go. Welcome to Jam Rock by Damian Marley. So Special by Movado. Oh my goodness. Dance Hall Queen. No Games by Sarani. Man. Love is Wicked by Brick and Lace. Y'all don't understand. I don't know if y'all do dance hall like I do dance hall. And I will say this, reggae and dance hall are not the same thing. It's, they are different. They are different, but Gwendolyn loves some dance hall. I'm telling you right now. We still love some dance hall. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get this perimenopausal skin. There we go. To get it together. 'Cause sometimes it be doing its own thing. We have The Romping Chomp by Vibes Cartel. And of course, Elephant Man, Pond the River, Pond the Bank. Do y'all all know the dances? Do we have any dance hall people in here? Do we have any lighters? Any lighters in here? Put your lighters up. Because if you knew any of the dances, just like down there in New Orleans, you're going to get some dances when it comes to dance hall. And Elephant Man, I think he knew them all, right? Like, did he not know them all? He knew all the little somethings, you know what I mean? It's how I stayed in shape, is doing dance hall. Oh, yes. Mad Lion, take it easy. Thank you, man. Yes, that one still goes hard. That one still goes hard. We can do Beanie Man, Boujou. I mean, dance hall, man. Oh, golly, good times. This is how we make it through. It's how we make it through. This is how we do it, people. That and a little bit of something on the sideline. But yes. Okay, so here's the point of all of this, is I'm taking you down this really quick trip down memory lane. Here it is. Here's my final note to you. Your playlist is your piece. All right? Because music is memory in motion. When you create your playlist, it can be more than your background noise. It can be a sanctuary. Trust. When I say house music is the gospel, I just mean that. Like, real talk. Put on some house music and we get to moving, and all of this other stuff, it just melts away. You want to curate the songs that made you feel alive, that brings back the nostalgia. It's just makes you feel okay. Do that. And there's always something that sparks a feeling, right? It's just, lately, again, I've been doing Luther. I mean all of Luther's hits. I don't know what it is, but we are rocking Luther right now. Your playlist can be a soft place for you to land. It's a reminder of joy, resilience, and the rhythm of your own story. So if you don't have a playlist, which I can't believe you guys wouldn't, get a playlist. Make your playlist. You can have one for like working out. You can have one for while you're working. I have one for when I get on the road. My husband knows I got a lot of Rihanna in there. Even he knows a couple of the tunes because I play it so much. So even he knows. But get you a playlist. Reminisce. Go back. I was out the other day at the park and the guy was playing Hip Hop Parade. And I thought, ooh, that was a 1990s reunion. As a matter of fact, I think it was 1993. It's the summer of 93. Going into 94? Yeah. No, take it back. It was summer of 92 because my nephew, was he just born? No, it was 93. Yeah, it was 93. Yeah. Because, there's all these songs that remind me of like our reunions, our family reunions. Woo. Okay. Back down memory lane. Okay, let me do this really quick. I want to wrap this up because I have more things to do. We are only looking this fresh because, it's August and I had to get another portrait session in. So I had to make sure I got my portrait session in for August. You'll be seeing these images very soon. Just know that I have a little editing to do today. Black Element says music has a song that can connect to any emotion in life. Thank you, sir. You are correct there. You are correct. Little side note, when my grandmother passed away, my dad's grandmother passed away. The song that I would play that just made me cry was I Want to Know What Love Is. It's a hard one. And right now, I have a hard time playing Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come, because it's hit me differently in these times. So there are certain songs I choose not to play because I just get a little emotional. What can I tell you? But we will persevere. It's probably why I keep it playing. And then I'm like, ooh, let me play something else. So I put on some Bobby Womack. I'm playing some Bobby. We got every Thursday, 1 to 4 p.m. We have our Work and Chill, Work, Connect, and Thrive. We are meeting in our Go Brent space. Come there, hang out, do what you want to do. We just sit and talk. We just work on some stuff. You can come and go as you see fit, but that's every Thursday from 1 to 4. We also have coming up this Tuesday, August 26th at 5:45 p.m. This is our last installment of our YouTube workshop. We work as a group. We're talking about monetization this month. So roll through for that. We got great tips. Each one teaches one, as we like to say. And for all of the things that are happening, you can check out the Luma calendar. There is the link in the YouTube bio to make sure that you don't miss out on anything, because you don't want to miss out on anything. We also have Rooted and Rising that is coming up in October, but get on the wait list. It's a new group coaching experience for creators who want to grow without losing themselves. Because we don't have to hustle for nothing. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. We had a great time this past Tuesday. In our YouTube workshop, we talked about growth and engagement. That was really cool. And then, of course, we got our Mature and Marvelous. You want to join that email list at thegresjack.com, or you can go to the link in the description or in the YouTube bio. So everything is there. If you have not already, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, because, hey, August is going to be all about fun. Right? There's a lot of BS happening outside, and I recognize it, but we ain't got to stay there. We don't have to live there. We are going to do some trash talking this month. Why? Because it's almost time for Virgo season, and y'all know how Virgos do. We can be petty sometimes, but we will definitely remind you how amazing we are. So all month, I'm going to be talking about zodiac signs and the foolishness, and we are going to bring in Virgo season with a bang. Yes, Lord willing, with a bang. So, I want to thank you all for being here today. Gary says, okay, we out here getting busy. Yes, we are. And yes, summertime fun. You know, I know it's been really hot, and we normally do a reunion every other year. We skipped this year. But according to my auntie, we're working on one for next year. I believe we're going to have like another throwback theme. But summer is about reunions. You know what I mean? Getting with your family, having a good time, dancing with some music. No baby reveal confetti. Ron, you ain't had to bring that up, man. You ain't had to bring it up. But you are right. We will not be doing that again. Although I do have one canister left. It's a girl, that much I do know, but we're not doing that. We're not. I mean, I just barely got this room cleaned. I mean, I still see little remnants of the blue powder, but woo, yeah. So here is the deal. Enjoy the weekend, people. Oh, and if you're free this evening, slide on by Indie Soup Media, 8 o'clock Eastern. There's another episode of Mediascope, and it's going to be Shay Cannon. She's got some great details about AEO. You heard about SEO. You want to hear about AEO. So tune in. And then again, Lord willing, I will see you all next Friday. Hey, it's G. Thank you for watching this episode of Girl Listen. Be sure to catch me every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And while you're here, I cordially invite you to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you all next week.